I don't think he hit the wall. He did a nice job avoiding the wall, but NASCAR saw some debris on the racetrack and threw the caution flag.
Jeff Bodine also saw the 95 have some problems. At least they thought he was smelling some oil as well on that truck, so they brought it in and behind the wall. Now Kevin Harvick is going to lead the field down onto the apron and onto pit road for the final stops here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Adam?
Jeff Hensley is the crew chief for Timothy Peters, who enters pit road in the 6th position. Jeff told me yesterday our pit crew performing like what you would expect a Sprint Cup team to do. They could get him some positions here. Peters, bottom of your screen, going to get 4 tires. These are scuffed, about 5 laps on them under green. They will fuel it. No changes to the chassis, Ray.
Sticker tires on my end down here, Adam. We see Kevin Harvick with no chassis adjustments at all, but Ernie Cope decided to go up a ½ pound of air pressure all the way around because this is going to be a fairly short run to the finish. Harvick is going to roll out first. David Starr is going to have a great pit stop, rolling out second. Here comes Kyle Busch. He'll be third off of pit road.
I think David Starr was in a situation where he didn't have any tires left, so he probably just dumped enough fuel in to give him a little cushion in case we had some green-white checkers.
I think that was a bit of a break for Mike Skinner, because all the lead lap trucks, I believe, came to pit road. Mike Skinner now becomes wave around eligible. He might be able to get back on the lead lap. What'd you see with the 81? Just a little gas down there, Adam?
Yeah, they were not going to come at all, and then they realized even if we come for fuel, it's not going to hurt our track position much with all these other drivers pitting, so they came down, topped off the fuel tank. David Starr on much older tires, but he does have some track position as we get set for the final 15 laps.
Well, he's going to be no match for those trucks with new tires, though, is he, Mikey?
You just can't stay up there. I mean, the only thing that he could have accomplished by staying out was keep guys like Mike Skinner a lap down, because I believe Mike and some of these guys will stay out, wave around, and then that's somebody he'll have to beat. But, you know, he feels like he can do that. But you come to pit road, you put people back on the lead lap. There's my guy, Brad Sweet. He's a fast little USAC driver, and 2 lucky dogs today. Got a shot at a top 10 finish now, Phil.
He was your speed spotlight from earlier today. Let's take a look back at how our speed spotlight drivers are doing or faring in this race at Atlanta Motor Speedway.
See, Chris Fontaine was my driver. He started in the 13th spot. He's still on the lead lap, running, being shown right now in the 17th position, but has a shot at a good top 15 finish.
Steve Wallace.
Steve Wallace has been the star of the spotlight trucks. He's been in the top 5 all day long. Currently riding along just outside the top 5 and 7th.
Only 24 drivers have ever finished in the top 5 in their Camping World Truck Series debut, and he has been running in the top 5 all day long. So there's a potential for a 25th driver to add their name to that list, right?
Little bit of a problem on the pit stop there, though, Rick. They had a slow stop. Steven did not have his foot down on the brake solidly enough, so as they got ready to make the tire changes on the front, the wheels were spinning around. So they lost 3 or 4 spots in the pits due to that little bit of a driver error.
Steven has a string of 5 top 10 finishes in a row in the Nationwide Series. They'll head to Bristol next week, or actually the week after next, for their next race.
Everybody gets the weekend off next week. Back in action. The trucks won't be back until Martinsville. That's 21 days from today.
These guys early in the season, they just race once every 21 days.
That's right. The first 3 races. Adam.
And we talked about the 81 of David Starr, who's second behind Kevin Harvick. They not only topped off the fuel tank when they came down there at 113, they also put on an old set of right side tires, so that will try and help him manage through these final laps. Still going to be tough to hang with the leaders, but they did put some rubber on the right side, albeit a bit old. Ray?
Adam, a little bit of a strategy move for Kevin Harvick here. He said on the radio, I'd really like to have the bottom side for the restart here, but because David Starr had such a good pit stop there, I'm going to take the high side, and that pins Kyle Busch down to the inside. Harvick thinking he can use his strategy of the high side start to break away from the field here and put a little distance between he and the 18.
Harvick hasn't been watching our restarts.
How long do you think he's going to stay behind the 81 truck?
The guy in 3rd place has the advantage, so
he may look up and say, where'd he come from?
Yeah, how did that happen? But I think I agree. I think that
I think it was great strategy.
Yeah, if you can't pass till you cross the start-finish line. So if Kevin gets a good start, and he's assuming that Starr won't because his tires won't hook up and go, then that'll gap Kyle Busch away from Kevin as they go down to turn 1. On paper, I like the way this sets up.
Good for Kevin Harvick, bad for Ron Hornaday. You saw them continuing to work on that number 33 truck. Here we go. Green flag back in the air. Kevin Harvick with a huge restart.
Just like we thought, he tried to get on the gas, and the tires are all hot and probably got a little debris on it, wouldn't go, pin Kyle in the back.
Yeah, actually let Todd Bodine get out in between them. So Todd right now is in the 2nd spot.
What a smart move by Kevin Harvick. It worked perfectly.
14 laps of racing to go.
Here comes Kyle Busch, Kevin. It worked perfectly for a little while. It's not going to work long.
Todd Bodine running 2nd in between Kyle Busch and Kevin Harvick.
How about Ricky Carmichael back there racing for the 4th position?
He has been on it.
Eric Almirola in the 51 is going to take 4th away.
Todd Bodine's looking to the high side of our leader, Kevin Harvick. Can he get there?
Remember, Todd Bodine has won 10 of these races on 1.5 mile racetracks, including one here.
Adam Alexander.
A moment ago, Phil talked about how aggressive Ricky Carmichael was in that outside lane. He has never recorded a top 5 finish. His best career mark, 7th at Kentucky last summer. That too, a 1.5 mile racetrack. And how big would this be for this young team, Turner Motorsports, to record a solid run like this? You talk about learning on the job. Carmichael getting it done here today.
This is by far, I think, Phil, his best performance from green flag to where we are now. He's been steadily making progress, and he's shown that he has the speed to run with these guys.
Yeah, no matter what happens from here on out, that's been a very solid performance. I just hope Ricky can get to the end, run these other 12 laps, and get him the finish that he deserves.
11 to go when they cross the stripe. Kevin Harvick in front of Kyle Busch, Todd Bodine, Eric Almirola, and Steve Wallace up into the top 5 now.
Looks like Kevin's truck might be a little tighter than it's been all day long. Did you notice, Phil, as he exited 2 there, he didn't keep it right on the yellow line like we've seen all day. And Kyle's certainly been able to keep pace with Kevin, something he hasn't been able to do all day.
We're coming down here just outside of 10 laps to go.
10 to go. Kevin Harvick has never won here in a truck. Kyle Busch has won here 4 times. Kyle Busch trying to make it 5 wins. Kevin Harvick trying to get win number 1 in 2010. Right?
If Harvick's able to win today, this will be the trifecta at Atlanta Motor Speedway for him. That'll be the 2nd track that he's done that at, winning in all 3 of NASCAR's top series. He's also done it at Phoenix. But how about this? Lap 24, no adjustments. Lap 54, no adjustments. Lap 113, half a pound air pressure all the way around. I'd say they've had that 2 truck pretty dialed in.
And remember, brand new equipment. Never saw a racetrack till yesterday.
Look at this battle for 3rd. Eric Almirola has been all over Todd Bodine. You can see Steve Wallace lurking back there behind his teammate Almirola in 5th.
Is Kyle Busch?
Whoa! Todd got a little bit sideways.
I think that scared Eric.
He got out of the gas just a bit.
So
I was going to ask, is Kyle Busch laying back right now, or is he giving it everything he's got?
He's giving it all he's got, and it doesn't look like it's going to be enough, Rick.
You can see the last 4 times Kevin Harvick had a brand new vehicle. Ray told us at the very top of the show, 3 wins and 1 3rd place finish.
The only thing Kyle can hope is that air pressure adjustment, that slight air pressure adjustment of up in the tire pressure as they run more laps will hurt Harvick's truck. Now, obviously, those guys down there know what they're doing. They plan on that, on those adjustments, because they know how many laps there are to go when they put the tires on. But the only thing that Kyle Busch can hope is that that truck doesn't perform over the long haul like it has all day, because if it does, he can't catch up with him.
You know, we listened to that truck as he went to turn 3 and 4 on his onboard. Never backed off. So, you know, wide open's wide open. It's going to be very difficult to gain any ground if you're Kyle Busch, because he's running wide open in front of you.
Look at Eric Almirola making the pass on the 30 of Todd Bodine.
Bringing Stephen Wallace up there with him. See if he can get a little bit of action off Todd.
But get all you can get right here. Get all you can get.
Again, it's Harvick.
6 to go.
Kyle Busch. Now Eric Almirola moves up to 3rd. Todd Bodine to 4th. Steve Wallace is 5th. Ricky Carmichael running in a career best position, 6th. Timothy Peters, Johnny Sauter, Rick Crawford, and Austin Dillon are your top 10. Adam Alexander.
Hey, Phil, what did you just say about 5 laps ago about Ricky Carmichael? I hope he can nurse this thing home and get the finish he deserves. He just came on the radio, said, I have a vibration. He said that at lap 123 when he crossed